until we went from Bolshevik to Bolshevik. Yeah. So there's the spiritual scale of evolution, and then you have the musical scale of evolution. And are they the same or different? See, they are definitely different, and rarely are they the same. Rarely. Because you have very, very high degrees of virtuosity in certain kinds of music, but no evolution spiritually. No happiness. No real creativity to prove that there's happiness. And what you do have is when you have high technical virtuosity, you have a lot of depression. Something's being ignored, and that's the basic spirituality being ignored. We go from the, say, higher, echelons of music down to the more native, and they're having a ball. Right? You check the Africans in the native towns, and it's joyous. It's joyous, and that's life. For them, it's all about the song. And the healing is there. And there's less neurosis, right? As such. You still have problems because you're working from a whole different strata, economic strata, perhaps. But the celebrational thing is there, and it's good. And the cutting loose is there, the cutting calm away. It's the native, letting it all hang out. Okay? Letting go, it's there. The release, the liberation in some form is there. And you can't do that in such this other field. The more extreme intellectual field. See, at some point they have to come together. See, the left and right brain have to come together. The primordial and the sophisticated intellectual to come together and understand what real genius is about, which is a perfect merging, see, of both realities. And then, when you have the perfect merging of both realities, the left and right brain, see, past and present and future, see, technologic and then the psychic, see, then you have transcendence, because you have it all there to transcend. So you don't have it all there to mix, just mix, but yes, mix to transcend, so to go beyond whatever forms you have of this, and whatever formlessness you have of that.
So as we, let's say, reconcile opposites, we neutralize them and allow the space to go beyond them?
Well, just because you recognize opposites doesn't mean you neutralize anything. It's theoretical. So you have to get out of the theoretical to do yourself a favor and understand we're talking about emotional power, emotional experience. That's not easily neutralized. When we're talking about the kind of tragedies we see throughout the world, especially in Africa at this point, with certain people going there and taking over, villages and brutalizing everybody. So we're talking about brutalization there, savagery, barbarianism to the lowest level. See, for some kind of high ideal, there is no high ideal. There's nothing there. And it's just butchery. It's just pure butchery for the sake of butchery. See? So they enjoy it. So it's not about the high ideal or the religion or the politics, whatever it might be. See? It's just loving the butchery, loving the savagery, see? The disregard, see? The love of that, see? Which is not freedom. See? When people think, well, they're free to do whatever they want to another being, but it's not freedom. It's bondage. It's being used by lower programs, right? Brutal programs. See? And chances are, when you're doing that, it's going to happen to you anyway. You can almost guarantee it. Right? You're begging for it because you're doing it. You're begging for it. And so the vicious cycle. And so we need to evolve beyond that. Of course, we were talking earlier. I mentioned the spiritual scale evolution, right? There's many, and then you have musical scale. Often you go up the musical scale, doesn't mean you moved on the spiritual scale. Yeah. But if you move on the spiritual scale, you can also go up on the musical scale. See? And so that both are up here, same.
So is there a form of sacrifice, for example, in the intellectual who lets their feelings be denied to pursue?
We don't know that that's a conscious sacrifice. We're just saying that there might be some ignorance. See, ignorance. So they're ignoring the power. They're depriving themselves of the power of the emotion. A composer, a real composer, wants to feel all of that. Tragedy, sorrow, horror. You want to feel it so you can bring it to music, because what better thing is there to do with music than to express that which is horrible, or beautiful, That is to say, pure, dark or pure light. Yeah, that's what it's for. And we as humans know the pure light and we know the pure dark from ancestry. So many of us now would appear to be in a certain kind of comfort zone of material security. And so there's not so much of the dark, maybe not so much of the light either. We're in a certain kind of medium zone. Not too much. But again, the spiritual evolutionary scale is very unique. Because it includes the body and then it includes out of the body. It includes the physical and then it includes the light body. See? And so we have the physical body in terms of the mind and music, and then you have the spiritual body in terms of music. It's beyond the mind. And to the ordinary mind it seems incomprehensible, it seems like chaos. So, no, it's just noodling. And then you have to go back to an Elvin Jones quote. So, what Train's doing compared to Einstein, Einstein is playing with Cracker Jacks. Elvin Jones. What's his feeling? What's his experience, having the enormity of his own musical experience, and then seeing what was being destroyed, being purified. I think we're really talking about purification here. So this here was going on there, and this here was somewhere else. This here was going on here, at this level. So you're seeing there's links here, going up this way, but bringing it to a spiritual purification of place. Right, where people hear it and they know it. They need that liberation. Okay? They need also the expression of all the virtuosity. See? They need to hear it all and know it's all God at the same time. They want to hear it all and know it's all God. They want to hear all the genius and then say blah, blah 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 blah. All the genius. They want to see it all go. Zero. See, to the infinite. Gone. Ad absurdum. Gone beyond, see, to the absurd. We're already there, actually, but we don't play from that place. See, we're afraid to play from that place, because you're going to be rejected if you start playing from that place. Unless you're so true that you're playing from that place is good for others. Whatever that place is that we're imagining. So in other words, the spiritual ladder means bringing up the light and the sound at the same time. Okay. And that means the cosmic music, cosmic radiance, cosmic sound. Okay. Not just intellectual anything. It goes beyond that, because there's no mind up there. The mind was dropped a long time ago. Yeah. To get into the higher worlds of being and knowing. Beyond. Sound and light, and beyond sound and light. So you're just living the radiance then. So you become a serenely radiant being who's playing music, if you can get to that level. Where you're not thinking music, you're not feeling it, it's just coming through. Your genius is pure. It's transparent to what it is. It's not about culture anymore, it's transcultural evaporation. Evaporated.
Is this an intuitive process to raise
Well,
ourselves to the scale?
well, it is intuitive to a certain degree, but yeah, you can be theoretical about it, because for you it's intellectual too, right? You have to think about it, so you need to think about it, right? You want to see it up on the chalkboard, right? You want to be able to read it in paper or in a book, so, or it's not real. So it is really beyond that. It's beyond the book, it's beyond writing, it's part of the direct experience of what it is. It's what you're breathing. So you got to get back to that fundamentally. What are you willing to breathe that you're willing to play? What are you willing to breathe relative to being the heart of the universe that you're able to play, in fact? Of the universe. Not just your pipsqueak mind, but of the universe, let's say. It's a big concept. Universe, big space.
Does our ancestry play a role in either leading us up the scale or keeping us from moving up the
Well,
scale?
it depends on who the ancestry was. Of course they play a part in this. And I've said to many people, you can't get here to my house unless your ancestors have granted you clearance to do that. A lot of people have disbelieved that. I can't prove it to them, but I'm clear about that. Although there have been some cases where I've been able to cause people to rethink their doubt. Right? And so, that's how it works. So your ancestry enables you to come here to hear certain things and realize certain things. So it would have you say it could be the vision of the various ancestors around you, saying, hey, listen, learn, and keep moving. Hear him speak, take from that.
And are they affected by what we learn?
It would be so, wouldn't it?
Same.
Of course it would be so. Same with certain angels. Right? Certain angelic beings, or they're called aliens these days. Aliens, that means extraterrestrials. That means non-bodied people. Non-earth beings, of course, the universe is full of them. Yeah. So we have a globe, we have an earth, and we have a few beings on it. In a vast universe, right? Vast, infinitely vast universe. You can't even put numbers on it. A lot of scientists like to take a whole room full of numbers on it, right? You can go around the earth many times over, and it's still not going to equal what it is in its infinite vastness. It's beyond anything. It's God. And so, getting back to the point, we have the spiritual evolutionary scale here, with and without ancestral approval. And those who have, let's say, gone towards the ladder of spirituality, of course, have more in common with those who are incarnate members of the family who are moving in that direction. And that's pretty much logic there. But we need to know that there is a scale. And it's not just studying stuff. No, it's going beyond the study, going beyond that into deep experience. And then transcending the deep experience, whatever it might be, as much as you can to get to the higher regions of your own inner life. Right? Spiritual kingdom. Right? The kingdom within. It's easy to do it on a musical scale. And be recognized with the glitter and gold that comes with it. See? And then, but be very low on the scale. Right? And your bad habits prove it in some cases. See? Your particular darkness and unhappiness and depression prove it in some cases. So, price to pay for getting up there, some cases. So then, of course, we need to balance the scales a little bit. Virtuosity and spirituality.